Well, there is just a week to go now before the Beijing Olympics gets underway. But as China looks forward to hosting the world's biggest sporting event, it is also looking back to the Sichuan earthquake, which claimed thousands of lives. The BBC's Carrie Gracie is in Chengdu, where she's been speaking to parents affected by that earthquake.
The Chinese have an expression, 吃苦, to eat bitterness, and they use it to describe those who suffer in silence. The people of Beijing are a good example. There's no playground in the tent city, and Li Dingfang's brought her 2-year-old to the children's library, where they're rehearsing a performance to thank the donor of their books. Like everyone else, Li Dingfang has a traumatic story.
When the house started shaking, I shouted at my eldest daughter to run, but the house fell on top of her. I thought she was dead. My husband rushed back and dug through the rubble. She was unconscious and covered in dust. In hospital, the doctors were concentrating on the worst injuries. She didn't wake up for a week. She doesn't remember anything, and she's not the same as before.
The tent city is a big place to search for a 13-year-old. Ever since the house fell on Jiangming, she's been confused and slow, and her mum worries about her when she goes missing. She tells me Jiangming may never be able to go to school again or grow up to have a normal life. There's no sign of Jiangming in the communal kitchen, but we do meet another mother looking for another daughter. Jia Dongbi knows her husband died in the quake, but she's tortured by not knowing what became of her 10-year-old. A neighbour says she saw her with someone who claimed to be a volunteer, but Dongbi checked hospitals and orphanages, and now she goes from one tent city to another searching for news. We didn't find Jiangming. She found her own way back to tent number 267. All the basics of life have been solved here. Everyone has food, clothes, shelter. But in almost every tent, people are grieving. Li Dingfang's suffering doesn't stand out. Her daughter's not dead, nor is she missing. But she's no longer the child she was before the house collapsed on top of her. Like everyone else, Li Dingfang can only endure it. As in the Chinese saying, she must 吃苦, eat bitterness.